Many lives, beliefs, and faiths, many minds refuse to change, but there is one source of life, and we all know this deep inside. Many rivers, all returning in their own way to one source. Many rivers, all converging with the one unchanging force in our lives. Many souls upon the earth, many lost lives, many hurts, but there is one force we all feel. There is one love that will heal. Many rivers, all returning in their own way to one source. Many rivers, all converging with the one unchanging force in our lives. Though our eyes may fool our minds, in our hearts we recognize we are not two souls, you and I. We are one in our source.
She's doing good. We had dinner together last night. She came over and ate.
Many rivers,
She's doing
all
good.
returning in their own way to one source. Many rivers, all converging with the one unchanging force. Well, I can listen and I can love you, even if we don't agree. 'Cause where we come from and where we're going is the same for you and me. Like many rivers, we're returning in our own way to one source. Like many rivers, we're converging with the one unchanging force in our lives.
This morning, and I'm grateful for everyone who's here and bringing a lot of good energy with them. And I'm grateful for all of you who are joining us online. Your energy is felt, even if we don't exactly know where it's coming from geographically. So as we gather this morning, it's a beautiful day. Who was it that said it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood? Oh, that was Mr. Rogers. Yeah. It is a beautiful day in this neighborhood and in the neighborhood where you are, because we see the beauty of the divine in each of us and in all of creation. As we gather, would you just join me in an opening prayer? God of all goodness, we are grateful. Grateful that we're not just left to fend for ourselves, to wonder and guess what's next and what's right, but that we do have the divine within us and the possibility of getting guidance from that divine spirit within us. We're grateful that we learn day by day, week by week, month by month, how to hear that divine spirit and how to bring it to bear in our lives. So I'm grateful for each of these who have joined us this morning as we share still on the theme of divine guidance. Grateful for all of those who are joining virtually as well. And we are thankful. Thankful for this day. Thankful for our very nature. And thankful that we are not only completely human, we are fully divine as well. And so it is. Amen. So we have an opening song, and if you're here in person, I invite you to stand and sing along. I'm going to sing along up here. I really like this song. And if those of you who are on online, go ahead and stand if you like and sing along for sure anyway. My soul is welcome here. This is not a demand, by the way, to stand up.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message
Loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Thank you. Well, welcome to everyone who's joining us this morning. Tom, can you just put a gallery out for a minute so we can kind of include everybody and get an idea? If you are joining us online, it'd be great if you can give us your picture as well. Put on your video. And I see, well, quite a few of you, but I bet maybe there's one or two yet to join us. So we're grateful that you all are here. If you're not, let's see, do we have anybody? Nobody new. Everybody knows that the Monday newsletter will come out tomorrow. Terry sends it out about 5:30 or something in the morning, really early. And it's going to let you know what's coming up ahead. And so if you're not getting the newsletter, per chance, if there's somebody that's not, let us know and make sure we have your email so you can get that every week. Terry does a magnificent job on that. And don't just pass it by, take a quick look at it anyway. So again, we welcome everyone who is joined us this morning with gratitude. And we're going to say together our affirmation and our welcome statement. So here we go. We love you. We bless you. We welcome you, and we bless the Christ you are. I want to say that again. I got it wrong. We love you. We appreciate you. We welcome you, and we bless the Christ you are. Thank you. So it's time for gratitudes. Now I have two mics up here. But I want to give these mics. Charlotte's rubbing her hands together. I think she's got a gratitude. Is that right, Charlotte? Do you have a gratitude? I saw you rubbing your hands together like you're getting ready to talk. Okay, I don't mean to embarrass you. So who has a gratitude here this morning? And Donna, if you would let us know if someone in the virtual audience has a gratitude as well. But who can I hit? Rick's got has his hand up.
Thank you. I just want to say a special kindness thank you to Charlotte and to Sue and to all the others who showed up this week. We got good stuff going, and it's such a connection to unity that it's filling.
You should know that's kindness works for all. Now, Charlotte's ready now. We've primed the pump.
Actually, I'm just very grateful to be here. Next Sunday I won't be here for a long time.
I know you sometimes have requirements to be in the valley, and I understand that, but we're glad you're here. Who else has a gratitude here in person? Lynn.
I just want to say it again, what you were saying, that I'm grateful for unity here and for the opportunity to get together and be so supportive of each other.
So I happen to know that there's, I see Donna with her finger up. She's got somebody that you also have a personal gratitude that you might want to share about last week. You weren't here with us last week.
Right. Yes, I got to go visit my son in California, and I was not sure how well that would every day. It went really well, and we had a lot of fun and wonderful trip.
Good, thank you for that. Donna, go if you can go ahead and.
Yeah, there's a couple of gratitudes in the chat. From Kay, we have thank you for all your prayers for my brother. He is home. Yay. And Bobby, grateful for my husband and our marriage. Yay. I'll second that one.
Okay. Anybody before we close it? Thank you, Donna, for being muted. We have a little noise when your mic is on. So we'll move on now. Unity is grounded in meditation and prayer. That's part of the fourth step of Unity's 5 steps, being grounded in prayer and meditation. And so we're very active with regard to prayer. You heard Kay just being grateful that her brother, who's had some health challenges, is home, was in the hospital for a period of time. Your unity of Payson chaplains have been praying with Kay and with her brother. So if you do have something happening in your life that we can support you, we really ask you to come forward and let us know. You can either put a slip in the prayer box in the back, Today, the only one here in person is Sue. Sue is one of our prayer chaplains. You can tap her on the shoulder. You can also send an email to me, neil.unityofpayson@gmail.com. Let us know of your request and we will pray with you. And we'll do that for 30 days. Then we'll take your request and send it on to Silent Unity, and they will pray with you for another 30 days. It's a powerful way to feel the support of the community, powerful way to affirm abundance, affirm wholeness, affirm healing, affirm harmony in terms of relationships. And so take advantage of that resource. And I'm just really grateful for our prayer team that gets together monthly. And it's a special time for us when we sit together and pray for each of you who has given us your request. So we have our theme yet for this month. We're in the 5th Sunday of the month, and so there's some special things happening today. I'm not going to be giving a message, but we have a couple of our people in our community. I believe Frosty is here online. And Earl will be sharing from their experience of divine guidance and what they have on their heart. So you get to hear from members of this community. But going back, let me say that that theme one more time. And if you can say this affirmation with us all together. I am wisdom, divinely guided at all times. Thank you. So we got that today's speakers will be Frosty first, and then Earl. And we're going to take a time to get ready for some quiet time. Earl will be leading us in the meditation today as well. So we'll have our One Heart at a Time, our meditation song, then a meditation, and then we'll go on with the sharing from members of our congregation.
We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. We can change the world. We can change the world. One heart at a time. One heart at a time. We can change the world. We can change the world. One heart at a time. One heart at a time. I see you. I see you. I know you. I know you. You're a part of me. My heart is open to love. My heart is ready to love you. We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change
Morning. So let's get started by just getting in a comfortable position. And we're going to focus on breath today. So I always like my favorite way, of course, because it works for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, but you're going to breathe in through your nose. And I want you to barely be able to feel it coming through your nose. So slow your breath down and focus it coming through your nose. And just fill those lungs up. And when you think you've got them filled, take in a little bit more, a little bit more. When you get all the way to the top, hold it for about 2 seconds. And then reverse the process. Start coming down. Again, through the nose. But if you can feel it, slow it down to the point where you can just barely feel it. When you think you've got it all out, you'll probably have a little bit more. Breathe it out just a little bit more, and then hold that for 2 seconds. And just continue that process. Breathing in. And you'll notice that pretty soon all you're thinking about is the breathing. If there's one thing that brings us into the present moment more than anything, it's simply stopping and breathing. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. Hold. Breathing in. Now just continue that on your own. Listen. Guidance. Inspire. Seek. Learn. Begin to resume your breath back to normal. Maybe just take away the hold, but continue the long breath. you have your eyes closed, open them now.
If you're not quite back yet, do come back. Bring your awareness now, right here now. Well, we have a special week about every third month, and that's the fifth Sunday of the month, when members of our congregation share with you from their experience. And they probably say things that I don't. Some of them which you delight in hearing. Anyway, we get to know them a little more deeply. We get to understand the wisdom that they have that maybe sparks something in us. So we're going to have two of those people share with us today, but let me just review a little bit where we've been this month. Divine guidance has been our theme, and we're talking about wisdom in our affirmation. I am wisdom, we say, divinely guided at all times. We often on Saturday, and a number of you were there, including Frosty, who will be speaking next. We're at Saturday Soul Boost, 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoons. If you don't have an opportunity to be online, and if you haven't done it yet, it's a wonderful time to share with each other, because not only do I share my thinking with regard to the message for the week, but you get to feedback, and we turn it into a conversation. And it's just really a neat time. My biggest fan is Charlotte back there, because she's never wants to miss, and I appreciate your fidelity there, Charlotte. But yesterday we didn't have a message to prepare for, so we talked about something we just haven't talked about during the month, and that was the idea of change. Guidance is needed oftentimes during the challenge of a change in life, some of which we initiate, but much of which seems to come on us by surprise. And so we spoke about change, spoke about our sometimes resistance to change, talked about the opportunities that come with change, and talked about how we can be guided at every step through that change. So I just would love to remind you that in the silence, in that very quiet place, the divine guidance that's already inside of us is available for us to know and to follow. I hope you'll take advantage of that. But Tom, if you would spotlight Frosty, we're going to turn to her next. There's Frosty. Welcome, Frosty. I'm just going to let you go ahead and share from your experience and your wisdom. But I have to say this. Frosty's always one of these people that she's there at morning coffee. She's there at Saturday Soul Boost. Sometimes she has to just listen. But whenever she shares, we just know that some wisdom is coming forth. And she's going to share some of that with us today. Frosty, I'm going to just let you go ahead.
Thank you, Neil. And thank you, Earl, for the meditation. That was wonderful. Divine guidance. Well, I asked for divine guidance about what to say today. And it came up a love letter to Unity of Payson. So I am Frosty Craning, now a distant but loyal part of Unity of Payson. The group is searching for answers to life's many questions. Some of us are asking the questions, who are we? What are we? What are we supposed to do in this life? What do we do when we make mistakes, big and small? How do we handle that? How should we view this amazing and crazy world? What or who is a butterfly? What lessons can we learn from a rock? I once read a book that talked about stones talking. I loved it. Now I talk with rocks. I'm not crazy, I don't think. Not to them, because they have stories to tell if I listen. So divine guidance is about listening. Really, there's energy there in rocks. Unity is an interesting experience. It is based on trust and listening and waiting. Most of all, it seems to be based on developing a relationship with God, our higher power, our creator, whatever power we find outside ourselves. And it's based on trust. The kind of trust that is pure, steady, committed, fun, funny, built on unconditional love, and both ways, back and forth to higher power. I sometimes become exasperated with what I see and think I am experiencing. Challenges, directions from my mom and dad as to what they expected of me. The one thing they expected of me was to save democracy. Don't let it slip into savagery. That was the word. Civilization was the other word. So it is also much bigger than I am, a little grandmother of 3 amazing and surprising human beings. Yet Course in Miracles, which Neil leads very well, is very clear about who we humans are. We all have the power of God. Wow, what a concept. We just don't fully know how to use that power. Our job is to learn. Well, we've talked about this so many times and so many other philosophical concepts in our talks, theological concepts that I longed to explore as a child and still do. Here we really can ask questions, learn, discuss without judgment. There are no rights or wrong ways to begin or continue our journeys. And it truly is fun to share and get to know people who want that exploration. Scientific discoveries continue to amaze me. As the daughter of a scientist, I tried to connect biochemistry with religion. I know they are connected somehow. Physicists are discovering energies that cannot be seen, but are there, working their energies. I do not say magic. I only know that I want to be in love energy, not fear energy. I have a choice each moment to do that. Yes, it takes work, effort, surprisingly, to let go. Yes, let go. Let God. Be still. Allow. Even have fun. Laugh at our foibles, my own foibles especially. Contemplate the universe and then let it go and flow with it. Easy to say, hard to do, but together in this group, we do it. We really do it. I have to say that Neil and Donna and so many other people in this family of choice have stuck by me through thick and thin, given me hope and acceptance and love. and the most important forms of help. These are the most important forms of help. Such a gift. Thank you. Listening fully and completely, asking deep questions. When I am stumped, I know people to turn to. Here, in this congregation, with all of you, I really love to hear your questions and celebrate your assertions. Many of you have studied and studied the great texts of this world. I'm impressed. Or maybe not. It doesn't matter, but it is so fun to listen to it all and be part of the discourse. There are no questions that together we cannot at least try to answer. We will tackle from all sides. We may not reach any goalpost, but we will have a grand time trying. We laugh, we cry. Donna and Neil are ready, and the community of unity is open to listening. We seek happiness, which is also joy, joy of living and loving what is, as Byron Katie instructs, and teaching only love, which heals this crazy world. Celebrating this is what I am doing, why I'm doing this, and every morning. I am so grateful. Thank you for listening and being a part of the Unity family. The supercalifragilistic egalitarian, notice I did not say equestrian, though I love horses, group of amazing people. I love you all. And so for Rick, Webster's New World Dictionary defines egalitarian, which kind of stumped you, as advocating a characterized by the belief that all people should have equal political, social, and economic rights. I don't know if that covered divine guidance, but I tried. Thank you.
We're clapping here. Thank you, Frosty. Thank you so much. And now we'll turn to Earl, if you would return to the front and share with us.
And get a little timer going so I don't get too.
Yes, I can do that too.
Anyways, I once read I want to say I read it. I actually listened to it because I'm more auditory than anything. But I read a book on past lives. We see what we believe, and it was by Jim Tucker, an MD. But one thing I got out of it was he had all these experiences that kids would have, and one of the things that was significant was he started studying not just in the United States, but he started studying all around the world. And he noticed that spiritual messages came through in how our belief system was. So in India, it would be Krishna that would invite you, come to you, you know. Somewhere else it might be Buddha, you know. And so my point in this is that I've also seen that it came to me, depending on what time and portion of my life it was too. So early in my life, I was young, and I had muscle cramps so bad. And I think it was because I always used to say it was because my mother believed that sugar was a natural substance and I could eat all I want. And so she used to let me have it, but I used to get these just horrendous. And I remember screaming in my bed up at stairs and just saying, I just want to die. And all of a sudden I remember the ceiling opening up. I could look and I could see, and I saw what I saw was the Father and the Son coming down and saying, sorry, no, Earl, you're going to live a long life. You'll be important. It's not going to always be easy, but you'll live a long life. And that was it. They went away. So I always knew that. And then one day, still kind of a youngster, teenager. I think I was a teenager at then. I was just an early teen. And I remember I was making some potatoes and I got the grease and it caught on fire. And so I should have known what to do. But instead, I looked to my older sister and I said, "What do I do?" And she said, "Throw water on it." So I threw water on it. It completely burned up the kitchen. I mean, it was so hot that it even melted things on the walls. But I didn't even have a burnt hair. And so I knew, and I could feel the angels around me and being protected. Because there was just flames everywhere. I mean, it was one of those deep fryers that I threw the water in. So it comes to you in different ways. Now it's just that affirmation. Somewhere in my 30s, I got to the darkest point in my life again, where I just didn't want to do it. And I struggled with it and struggled with it. And I struggled with it and I sat down and I'd get up and I'd go sit down and I'd get up and I'd go sit down and finally about 4 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting in the easy chair and all of a sudden I heard, "Earl, go to bed, get up in the morning and put one foot in front of the other." And I said, "What?" And I heard the voice again. "Earl, go to bed, get up in the morning and put one foot in front of the other." And I did. As much as I didn't want to get up some days, that's what I did. And that held with me for a longest time. I just would just follow that. And, you know, eventually I started going to Unity, started learning how to meditate, started learning a lot of different things. And I remember one day I was sitting on my waterbed. So that tells you how old it was. Anyways, I was sitting on my waterbed and I'm sitting there meditating. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I'm looking down and I'm going, "That's me." And I'm looking out the window as if I'm seeing me. And I literally like had an out-of-body exploration. And I remember the first thing I asked was, "Is this what it's going to be like when we pass? Is this how our spirit just goes?" And I kind of got this confirmation, kind of like, but it was just a feeling. But the other thing I noticed was I couldn't touch anything. I couldn't feel anything. I was just there. It was like just my mind. Then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I'm like in this, like you see on the TV, it's like through this tunnel, and then all of a sudden it stops. And I'm looking at a planet with rings around it. And I'm assuming it was Jupiter. And then I made the biggest mistake of my life. Words are powerful. And that's what really taught me about that. Words are so powerful. Because I said a common phrase that so many of us say, "I don't believe it." And like a rock, I was dropped back in my body and it hurt. I was dropped back in so hard. Boom. No, I want to go back. I screamed, "I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back." And, you know, there was so much to learn from that. And I tried again to do that experience and everything. And I just got the sense that, no, you don't need to. You experienced it. Just don't say those words ever again, you know. And then I was driving. I was still working. And I was driving down the road. And I remember going down the road and all of a sudden, my foot just came off the pedal and it was like, what's wrong? The truck won't go. What's wrong? And finally I just forced it and I went down and I could see there was somebody broke down. And I just knew that I was supposed to help that person. And I was just like, and then all of a sudden there was this feeling behind me. And I was just like, okay, I was supposed to stop there. But by this time I was already past it. And I went on and I didn't hear things as much, whether it was my own guilt, my own whatever it was. But I also sensed that, well, if you doubt, why am I going to give you messages if you're going to refuse them? I mean, I literally lifted your foot off the pedal. And it did. It lifted it up. It was the most strange feeling in all the world. And I was so rambunctious, I just kept pushing down. So I learned, you just, when you're spoken to, when you're touched, follow it. And it may be so simple. And it can be different because sometimes you see a vision, sometimes you hear a voice. For me, it's auditory a lot. Sometimes it's something that actually happens to you, something moves, or sometimes you're just protected. So it's to me, listen to those little things, see those little things, but don't ignore them. Even to the point of meeting my beautiful wife, I still remember a dream. I'm not going to tell the dream, but I just remember, and it was very clear who the dream was about. And it said, this is going to be your next partner, and this is going to be your partner for life. So, and I remembered because it was like, I wasn't even thinking about it. So change is okay. Always listen. Always follow your gut. Do that. And when this small voice, just listen. And like the guy said in the book, it's going to come some way that you're going to be knowing it. It might be mechanically. I remember having a dream one night. I couldn't fix I was a massage therapist and I couldn't fix my Jeep either. My Jeep just wouldn't work and I couldn't get it to work. And I'd spent like $1,200 taking it to all these different places and it wouldn't work. And next thing I know, I had this dream at 4 o'clock in the morning and I get up and I take a piece of wire down there and I screw it down here and I screw it down here. And I turned on the Jeep and put the voltmeter on it and I go, that's all I needed all this time was one little piece of wire. And the dream was so profound because it showed me this picture of the body. And then it said like, okay, central nervous system, that's the wiring. And then like the meridians coming back is the grounding coming back. And it said, then it showed me a picture of my Jeep. I can't move over here, sorry. It showed me a picture of my Jeep and it said, you have a wiring harness, but one of the pieces isn't connected. It said, here, go put this wire there and get it connected. Be grounded. And that was part of the story, part of the message too. Be grounded. Listen to your dreams. I so believe that divine guidance comes, especially if they also say that what is it, 10 minutes before you go to bed, what you think about the most when you go for 10 minutes. So I used to just sit there and I would ask a question, okay, how do I fix this? And then you go to bed and it usually comes just as you wake up. And then that's when you'll hear it. And that's what it was. It was 4 o'clock in the morning this time. And I got up and it fixed and it worked. I listened that time. Anyways, my point, just listen. Divine guidance comes in many, many, many different ways. But the one thing you can't tell me is there's not a God. I've had too many experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Earl, and thank you, Frosty. Um, I love what you said at the end. Divine guidance comes in many ways, and it's different for each of us. I was relating to what you said, Earl. I don't know if you know this about me, but Saturday Soul Boost happens at 4 in the afternoon on Saturday. And I have an idea. I've been working with it during the week of what I want to say. But I go to bed with that on my mind. And I wake up usually 3 or 3:30 on Sunday mornings. And it all comes together. I'm often amazed the pieces fit together. For me, that's an experience that I have of divine guidance on a sometimes I hope I don't get to that I don't believe it stage, Earl. But sometimes I think, how in the world I didn't know how it was all going to fit together. And it just does on Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. And but thank you, Earl, for sharing about that different experiences. And each of you will have a different experience in terms of divine guidance. The big key factor is openness to it, being ready to receive it. It'll be there for you if you're open for it. Thank you all, Earl and Frosty, for sharing with us. It's a rich part of our time together as a community, and I am grateful for you. And so it is, I'll say, amen. Okay, we're going to move on with our service now. And Tom will share it. It's time for our gifts, our offerings, our tithes. Some of us use that term. It's when we give back to Unity of Payson. It's the giving back that keeps that cycle of giving and receiving going and going. And there are many ways to give to Unity of Payson. You can give in the basket at the back. It says, freely we give and freely we receive. At any time, you can go and put your offering or your tithe or your giving back into that basket. You can mail a check in. We recently had someone who was here one time, and we got something in our mailbox. We didn't kind of know who it was even. And then we realized that it was someone who had visited us one time that wanted to give back because they had been blessed by what was happening. So I really recommend get in the habit of giving back. It may not only be here at Unity Payson, but we do appreciate your gifts. Tom has put the slides up that show you how to give if you're giving online. I would just mention one thing. If you go to the website, you may want to do a sustaining gift. You know that what your budget is, and you know you want to support Unity of Payson, and you can do that by saying, monthly, I'd like to contribute this much, and set that up there, so that even if you're not here, you're giving back and keep that cycle of giving and receiving going. We are so appreciative of your gifts, and we look forward to all that those gifts are going to allow us to accomplish at Unity of Payson. So on the screen now is our little affirmation. So let's say it together. Freely we give and freely we receive. Thank you. Special music now. Love Is My Decision. You can sing along with this one. It's a great song. Daniel Neymar, our good friend.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now.
So in response to the gifts that you've given, we dedicate them. So let us say together our offering dedication. Divine love flows through us, blessing and multiplying all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We are prosperous without limit, and we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. So we have a new theme coming up. I'm kind of excited about it. It's in the flow. For the month of April, we're going to talk about in the flow. And we have, I'll just read this off. That monitor is back kind of far, so I'm going to turn. As I recognize divine flow, choose to trust it and align with it, I flourish. Like I was thinking, April showers bring May flowers. I'm going to flourish. I'm going to flower. I'm going to bloom when I'm in the flow. So be here next month, first Sunday, but all of them if you can. So next Sunday, it will be me trusting the current of life. We begin with that. You talked about trust, Earl. We begin with that idea of trust. I'm looking forward to it. And don't ask me to be too detailed until Sunday morning. Saturday afternoon, I'll have an idea, but Sunday morning, I'll be detailed. And we look at upcoming events and Teresa does a magnificent job of leading Tai Chi online. So that happens every Tuesday and Thursday, now in the morning. So it's a little easier for people to get to access that than some of the times before. 9:30 to 10:10. It's a good way to get yourself moving for the day. And Teresa, again, we're grateful to her for that. On Tuesday, the Course in Miracles, first and third Tuesdays. If you're interested in the Course in Miracles and you've not joined the group at some point, come and just visit and sit in with us. It's not so much a teaching as it is a discussion, but we get some real revelations from those of us that are there. There's usually 5 or so of us that are there every time, and we would love to have you visit and sit in with us. It's a virtual meeting, of course. Please join us. Claudette's always there. She arrives 2 minutes before the appointed time at 3:30 on Tuesday. So we'll look forward to seeing some more of you. And then we have Saturday Soul Boost. Of course, I've mentioned it. Do come and join us for that as well, if you can. 4 o'clock on Saturday. Come ready to discuss, to converse. And P.S. I just want to say this, not so much about events, but we are, this place where we are located in person at the golf course here in Payson has been an interim situation for us, and we're looking for a permanent home or more permanent home. And we're in the process of, we've had some committee people that have worked on various places. We've looked at a lot of things, and we're in the process of making a decision. So please hold us in prayer. This week is crucial for that. I'm not going to announce anything yet, but it seems like we may have an opportunity that will serve us very well as going into the future. So please lift us up, hold us up in prayer this week. The board will probably make a recommendation sometime this week, and for all of the members, we will immediately get that recommendation out to you for your response as well. So do hold us in prayer and in your thoughts, and any thinking that you have, any response, please give that to us as well. So it's time for us to close our service. If you're here in person, let's stand together as we say the prayer for protection and sing our closing song. If you're here online, stay around. I really would love to meet you and greet you personally. I know some people that are sometimes with us couldn't be here today, but they're online. I want to say hello to all of those who are online. So, and Skip, it's good to see you. Our friend Skip, we haven't seen for a while, and here he is. It's so good to see you walk in. Here we go. Together, we'll say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our closing song, Stand. If you're here in person, you can start socializing anytime, but sing a little bit as we get it started. Tom, go ahead.
Let there be peace.
I am a stand for peace.
Let there be love.
I am a stand for love.
Let there be
joy.
I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand. I'm gonna stand up for joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We
Are making, whoop, there it is. Tom, if you can give us, that's okay. Give us a gallery view if you can, please. Okay, I'm gonna look here so I can make sure to see. I'm gonna start at the bottom of the grid there. Sammy and maybe Terry, I don't know, together. Always great to see you. Who just left? Somebody left, but I'm saying hello to them.
Kay.
Bobby and maybe John in the background there too. Sorry, no quiz today. No quiz today. I know you get a kick out of that.